Hi everyone, welcome to my another JavaScript class. So it will be about grammar and types, and in that one we will gonna proceed the declaration. And in declaration we have declaration and initialization. So it is important class that we will talk about defined and undefined way of the declarations, and plus we're gonna check a little bit about let and const using point. So it will be good class, no worry about it. So, by the way, we can't use the undefined way for the const because it is constant. We need to put there some initializer. So, just you need to know about it. Okay, what it means. Let's say let name is, this is my name. This is defined way, right? Declaration and initialization. We have all of them. So it's defined. We can say let name like that. But it's saying cannot redeclare block scope. For example, we can say name one, name two for that one. Right? In this case, this one is undefined, right? Undefined. So what it means, if you run these two guys, so name one and name two, what it will give us. Let's run it and see what will happen. Mohammed and undefined. As you see, the first one is defined because we made equals and we put initializer there some value like string, but in this case we didn't put anything. We just ended with the semicolon. That means that we didn't undefined. We not undefined. We will do that later. For example, later we can say name2, sorry, name2 equals John, so it will be John in this case. Yeah, as you see, now it's John. So we can change also this one, but we're talking about something that we can change later, right? So for example, let's take this one and come in here, just say something like, let's use again, let number, let's say 12, and say if number equals to 12, change the value of this one. I mean, we can say name2 equals to, for example, Mohammed. So in this case, we're gonna make it Mohammed. I mean, so they will be same or not? Let's check it. Yeah, both of them same. But what we say, if we say like that, what will happen? It will be still same because it's still Mohammed. I mean, do you think? Undefined. Oh, so when you put let again, it is something that we create new initializer, right? New value. Do you think it is something like that? Even if you put same thing in here, so let's close this, guys. Yeah. So what will happen? Cannot declare block scope variable name two times. But in here, it works, right? So it is something that we change it with some way. So let's say it is John, for example, because we're just changing because it's undefined. We put it like that. All right. Undefined. It's not changed. But when you delete let, it is something that we can play with it in the conditional scope or in the block scope, right? Yeah, like that. Ahmed John. As you see, we change it. But if you put let in here, it is something that it is new value. I mean, it's still same undefined. It's just reading this one. I mean, because we're using out of the block scope, because this one is different one in this case. So if you put here console.log, it works only for about here. What it means, if you say name2 again, when you run that, it will give you three values: Mohammed, John, and undefined. See, John, Mohammed, and undefined, as you see. So what's going on in here? What do you think? John in here, yeah, we use this one. Now in here, we just design it, new, new initializer in block scope, but with the, you can say with let declarations, right? Declaration. So, but out of it, the working undefined. Just if you use let in the block scope, you can change it in some way, but you can use in here. Out of block scope, it will not work. But when you do that without let, it will exactly run there. Look, John, Mohammed, John, three times. I hope you understand that. I hope you get it. So just don't use let again in here because it will not work out of it. So just undefined will work out of it in here. I mean, undefined will be in here, and this one will be in here. If you put let in here in the block scope, it will just run in it. But when you didn't put something else like that, you can just change it. You don't need to write the console.log again. It will be changeable. But it is not way that we're working with. As you see, it works. For example, it's a good example that we understand undefined and defined. So do you think we can use const at like a undefined way? No, I don't think so. Let's say name one like that. All right, it says const declarations must be initialized. So it means put some value for the const. Didn't put something, it will not work. So, okay, in this case, let's say again, const number, for example, and let's say 55, like that, and say if n equals, uh, let's say undefined. Can we say something like that? Okay, let's put it like that. Do you think it works? No. It's in this case not undefined, right? We can use else conditions to just make it correct. So in this case, we can change it in here. We can say name1 equals to John, I mean, all right? And now I will show you two ways. I know I'm mixing your mind a little bit, but it is just some bit of practice. Brainstorm, we can make it. All right, let's say name1. All right. What do you think? What will happen? Will it be changed with the John, or what will happen? What it says. Name one John. Type error. Design into constant variable. Yes, it is. You can't do it in that way. You can't change it there. So let's run it again. Do you think something wrong in here? I don't think so. All right. What it means, you can't use const again in the block scope that way. So if you want, you can put const in this way that you can use in the block scope. So you can just say console.log, sorry, or just don't use anything and just run that and see what will happen. All right. This won't work. Did you see that? It's still this one. So out of the scope. But when you use console.log exactly in the block scope, I mean in conditionals, it will be John and John and this random things together. Yeah, John and this one. It gives us two things together. So what I'm talking about, so you can't use it in that way, okay? It's not possible. But you can use let in this way or even var. But for const, it's possible. Const is block scope and different than let and the var. So because this is something just that you can use in the block scope. It is something private that you want to make things constant, okay? You can change it. All right, I think you understand, okay? Just never mind about if case. So it's just about things that you can change in some way. So if you want to change something, you can say const a like 12, and you can just say, you cannot say, sorry, a 15, for example. You can, but when you run that, what will give you that? Look, it will give you error, assignment to constant variable. So you can't change it. But when you make it const again, all right, let's do A1. In this case, you can say A, something you can change, or yeah, it's already A1. So if you make it A1, you already assign it 12 again in it. Run it and see. 12. It's nothing changeable, right? But you can do same things with that one. It will be changeable. I mean, let's say A1 is A plus 12, for example. What will happen? By the way, I forgot to change this. Let the const, but let's see what will happen. All right, it works, right? It's already changed and const value works. So let's make it let and just make it 13 and make it A again. All right, it's not working like that. A1, let's say A is equals A1. In this case, it will be changeable and it will give us 12. All right, 12. So I just want to tell you that you need to understand const cannot be undefined. With the const, you need to put some initializer. For let and var, you can use undefined way. But for let, if you put in the conditionals, it will just work in the conditionals. But if you put there let exactly, it will be changeable in the outside, out of the box. But if you didn't put anything, it will be same value that you used before. I mean, it will be changing out of the box. But when you put let in the, so for example, let's say you have a undefined value in here, and if you use in the conditionals or the block scope to change this value, in that way it will be what, changeable, right? If you use outside, it will be changeable. But when you put here some let like that, it will not work in this way. It will just work in this block scope, not out of the box. That's it about this class. So I just want to explain you that you need to know about. Let's continue with the variable scope. This will be our another class. Okay, so let's come here, put it there. Yeah, bricks will be deleted. 1 point, it will be 4, right? If you didn't make mistake. All right, yes. So yeah, see you in another class. Thank you so much for the joining.